Hello, this is D, and I'm back with another video. And today I have a new interview from Phil Spencer that was done by Corden over at Windows Central. Now, he asked a host of questions, and I gotta say, it was quite an opportune time for him to do this interview. Now, yesterday, some news came out that Tim Stewart, the CFO of Microsoft, was saying that he wants to put some games on other platforms. Now, a lot of fanboys, like usual, they ran with whatever headline they could, and they took away from that interview that Microsoft was going to be a third-party developer. Now, for quite some time, the detractors of the Xbox brand have been saying that Xbox is going to go third-party. Xbox is not going third-party. We have Starfield that is an exclusive to the Xbox platform and Windows. We have the new Forza Motorsport, which is also exclusive to the Xbox platform and Windows, and this game is also making an appearance on Steam. So they're kind of keeping it to their ecosystem. We're not seeing these exclusive titles on Sony. Now, what that interview was actually talking about, or I should say the quote from Tim Stewart, was Activision games, how he wants them to be on other platforms. He wasn't talking about all of the first party games. Now, we know that Call of Duty is going to remain a multi-plat, and that game is a juggernaut. So of course, the more platforms that you can have that game available on, the more money that you're going to generate. Now, Jez asked a lot of critical questions. He asked about the future of the Xbox hardware, the Xbox family plan, how Xbox cloud gaming is going, plans for Activision games on the back catalogs, and a lot more. So we're going to go into a lot of the things that he discussed. I'm not going to go into everything, and I want to give credit to Jez Corden over at Windows Central. Like usual, I'll leave a link in the description down below so you guys can check it out for yourself. Now, as we scroll down the article here, he says that he asked Phil Spencer about Xbox CFO Tim Stewart's recent comments regarding Xbox Game Pass. Stewart, in presentation with Wells Fargo, said that Microsoft's aiming was to bring Xbox Game Pass to any screen that can play games, including Nintendo and PlayStation. Many Xbox fans took that to indicate that Microsoft is preparing the industry where Xbox hardware no longer exists, since Xbox Game Pass and its exclusives are a primary value driver for the Xbox Series X, Xbox Series S, and other Xbox One hardware. Now, Phil responded saying, "I'll start by saying we have no plans to bring Game Pass to the PlayStation or Nintendo. It's not in our plans." But I think you hit on the right point of what it means to own an Xbox. The thing I want to focus on is how do we continue to innovate for people who haven't made the commitment to our hardware platform? And how do we continue to make sure that they feel great about the investment in what we've built? So right there, that puts it to bed. This is Phil Spencer, and I know some fanboys are going to say, "Oh, Phil's saying this or he's lying." He's saying it in plain English. They have no plans on bringing Game Pass to PlayStation or Nintendo. So that dream, that ship has sailed, okay? So cut it out. Now, he goes on to say, "I'm obviously going to have my own point of view on our hardware, but I think our hardware teams did a great job with the Xbox Series X and Xbox Series S this generation, giving value and performance in the hardware line. When I think about the investments like we did in Game Pass and Xbox Cloud Gaming, crossplay and cross-save, and ID at Xbox, all these things I want us to continue to innovate so people on our console feel like we're making an investment in consoles that matches the commitment they're making to us." Now, you guys know that I have my gripes with Microsoft. I want them to do better. Now, I'm not saying Microsoft games are awful. They're not. Their games are great. I just want them to be a tier above. But there's one thing that we cannot deny is the value of Game Pass. There are so many titles that are in Game Pass. We have Lies of P, the Forza game that I just mentioned. We have Starfield. So many games. We're going to have Call of Duty next year in Game Pass. We have EA games that get added to Game Pass. Now, Phil Spencer goes on to say that Game Pass was one of the things that that over the last 5 years we built and we continue to grow. It's on PC, it's on cloud, and it's an important part of the Xbox console identity. And I think it will continue to be that, and we will continue to look at future ways for us to innovate across game portfolios and our platform. Now, this is great news. I got to be honest with you guys. I think they're really hitting it out the park. There's a lot of Samsung TVs now that have Game Pass built right into it. So you're getting these games even if you don't have the console. You also have handheld devices like the Steam Deck. Now, Steam Deck doesn't officially support the Game Pass option. I think it should, but because it's Linux based, right now it's not running on it natively. Now, of course, people have ways of getting it to run on it, but it's not a native app. Now, the Asus Rogue Ally is a native app, and recently they issued an update that has a new appearance to their app in the Asus Rogue Ally, and I gotta say, it's a lot more streamlined. It looks a lot better. So they are making some strides. I noticed that their advertisement that they've been ramping it up. I saw them doing some stuff in Las Vegas, and I'm seeing just a better, more aggressive Microsoft. Now, Jez Gordon goes on to ask Phil Spencer if he has any plans for innovation, and Phil Spencer answered, "We absolutely do. Just last month, we elevated Sarah Bond as the president of Xbox. The hardware team is in her organization. The platform and services teams are in her organization. We made the organizational move to specifically to ensure we had a unified focus on innovation roadmap across hardware and services. That includes a developer platform for Xbox consoles as well. That's about innovation, and we're doing it within our teams. But we'll have more to talk about in terms of what we're doing in the hardware space and the service spaces. There's a lot of great work that they're doing there for us, and we're always listening." Now, that's very interesting. Now, we saw some leak reports of, I believe it's called Keystone or something like that. We also saw that there's going to be a refresh of the Xbox Series X. Now, it's not going to be more powerful. We don't know all the specifications, but we did see that this leaked out. Now, I hope that Phil Spencer, he kind of relooks at their roadmap and makes some changes, because we know that next year the PlayStation 5 Pro is going to hit, and it's going to be substantially more powerful than the PlayStation 5. Now, of course, it's not going to be as powerful, or I should say as innovating as, say, a PS6 will be, but it's still going to be a step over the PlayStation 5. And the Xbox Series X and the PlayStation 5, they're pretty much neck and neck right now. So if the PlayStation 5 Pro comes out and it's more powerful, that's going to leave Xbox at a disadvantage. Now, Phil Spencer says that we're not going to get a refresh. We're not going to get a more powerful console, that the Xbox Series X is the mid-generation refresh of the Xbox brand. However, things can change, and knowing that Sony is going to release a PlayStation 5 Pro, I'm hoping that Phil Spencer changes this and gives us a surprise announcement of a new console coming out perhaps in 2025. Anyways, he goes on to say on cloud gaming, one thing that has been interesting, and you've watched us early on, we've talked about the Xbox Cloud as we get into our mobile gaming, and globally, there are a lot of people who play cloud gaming on the mobile today, but in places like the US, the way people use cloud primarily is on the Xbox consoles. They use it to look at games and to browse games they might want to download to play through Xbox Game Pass, or even purchase outright. That sparked innovations that we didn't plan, and when we watch what our customers are doing and listen to the feedback that they're giving us, we think about other things that we can do with xCloud and for the Xbox console experience. There's a roadmap of those things coming as well. There's a hardware roadmap, there's a service roadmap. Maybe there's even a roadmap for improvements of Xbox achievements, which I know is something that you and many others care about. We need to make sure we're exposing our roadmap to our customers to keep them excited. We know that our customers want to know that as Xbox continues to grow, and that we'll still have a commitment to them. We want our Xbox core customers that have been with us for all the time to feel respected. Now, this is pretty good, because I know a lot of Xbox fans have felt for quite some time that Microsoft or Xbox, they don't really care about the console space. That, they're not doing things to innovate. They're not doing a lot of marketing. And I got to say, recently, that has changed. I see a lot more marketing for Xbox. I see something at the Las Vegas. They did it on the Sphere there. They have a campaign now where it's visible over the holiday season, which is what they're supposed to do, because if customers, you want them to come, you have to advertise to them. You have to go where those potential customers are. So, of course, advertising is always a good thing, and it's good to see that Microsoft is wrapping that up. Now, it's also good to know that Phil Spencer wants its core customers, their Xbox console customers, to know that they are respected. Even if it's PR speak, I gotta say that's pretty good, because I know Xbox guys have kind of been in the dumps lately. Now, he went on to talk about the handhelds as the Asus Rogue Ally, devices like the Lenovo Legion Go. We're bringing PC Game Pass and Steam games natively in a portable scenario broadly for the first time, outside of some really expensive alternative in previous years. We talked about Xbox Play Anywhere, which lets you play Xbox console games on the PC with cross-save and cross-entitlement. I referenced the fact that the Xbox app on Windows 11 recently gained a compact mode designed for handhelds, and also asked about Microsoft's broader roadmap looks like adapting Windows 11 and maybe Windows 12 for the emerging device category. Now, like I said earlier, I'll let you guys read the article in its entirety for yourself, but it is a very good read. They go on and talk about the Xbox app and how it's running on the Lenovo Legion Go as well as the Asus Rogue Ally. And I gotta tell you right now, from my own experience, it works fantastic on my Asus Rogue Ally. And they updated the app recently. It's a lot more streamlined and easier to get into. And I gotta say, it really does play good on these handhelds. Now, I know, of course, the PlayStation Portal is out, and that's a completely different device that allows you to play your games remotely on that device when you're away from home, when you're inside your house on your Wi-Fi. Now, the Asus Rogue Ally and the Lenovo Legion Go, these devices are standalone. You download the games and it plays it natively. So you're getting some of these games running at 60, 120 FPS on a handheld device. It is amazing. And now the value that Game Pass gives you, because all of your games are accessible on wherever you play your games. So that is your Xbox console, that is your Samsung Smart TV, that is your Rogue Ally. And this is one of the reasons why I love the Xbox ecosystem, because I have a host of places to play my games. Now, I'll be honest with you guys, I don't really play my games on my Samsung TV via the cloud. I've tried it just, to try it out, but that's not where I preferably like to play my games. I like to play my games on PC, I like to play them on the console, and I like to play them on my Rogue Ally. And I gotta say, all of these choices are equally great. And of course, if you want the best, it's on PC, and all of these games are available on PC day and date. Now, I can go on and how great Xbox Play Anywhere is, but until you're in the ecosystem yourself and you have these various devices, it's something you just have to experience. It's such a liberating feeling being able to play your games wherever you want to. So like I said, I'm going to leave in the description down below a link to his article. It's a really good read. They get really into the weeds of certain things, like talking about how the Xbox cloud gaming market is huge in Brazil, and how Brazil is their second biggest PC Game Pass market in the world right now. That is crazy. They talk about the impact of how Samsung TVs have facilitated Game Pass via the app. I gotta give kudos to Phil. This was a great time for him to come out with this interview, especially with the news from Tim Stewart. So all of you guys out there that were saying that Microsoft is going third party, we heard it from the head of Xbox himself, Phil Spencer. This is not the case. Stop thinking that Microsoft is going to go third-party developer. They're not going to do that. Phil Spencer has said it multiple times that they are not a third-party developer or a third-party publisher. Yes, some of their games are on different platforms, but they have plenty of exclusive games on the Xbox platform as well as their Game Pass on PC. So let's cut that out. Now, for those that think that the Xbox console is going to go away, he has said in this interview that they will reveal their roadmap and their hardware roadmap and their software roadmap. So I would say sometime in 2024, we're going to get some more information about the plans of Xbox's future. And that is going to be a next console. That is coming for sure. They're going to reveal that on their roadmap. Now, we hear some rumors that there's a refresh of the Xbox Series X. It's not more powerful, it's just a more refined system. And I guess we'll probably hear about that in the roadmap as well. Anyways, I want to know what you guys think about Phil Spencer's interview. I thought it was pretty in-depth. I think it came out at a good time. I think it gives the base a boost of morale that was needed. The Xbox console is not going anywhere. They are invested in the ecosystem. Their games are not going to be on other platforms. They're going to be exclusive to the Xbox platform and, of course, PC. Game Pass is not going to Nintendo. It's not going to the PlayStation. It's just going to be on Xbox and PC and Samsung televisions, and I guess some of these handheld portable devices. It's not going to the competition. So everybody can take a deep breath. Breathe in, breathe out. Xbox is here to stay. They're not going third-party developer. And I want to know what you guys think about all of this new information that we got from this interview today. Let me know in the comment section down below. And like I usually say, please like, share, subscribe to the channel, and I'll see you guys on the next one.